All right, here we go. Why men go their own way, and I'm going to make this one about the game, which is the game you have to play that they say you have to play. You know how when you hear dating coaches, really, people on YouTube have an opinion about men and women, just basically all it is. But one thing they always have in common is if you're not a certain type of guy, you have to become that type of guy or pretend to be that type of guy. You know, the guy that's unpredictable, unavailable, uh, intriguing, interesting, all that kind of stuff. And I'm gonna start with a statement that I heard recently and one that I heard about 5 years ago. Right, so I was watching one of my subscribers' videos a couple days ago. Name is Ja Rules, and he says something that triggered my memory about a conversation I had with a woman that I used to work with. And he said these women don't want a normal everyday guy that comes home, that just goes to work and just comes home. And that reminded me because a woman I used to work with, at the time, she was 41, still a Stanford mom, single. And we were talking about relationships, interaction between men and women. And she actually said, with that being her situation, I don't want a guy who's going to come straight home. I don't want a guy who just every day just come home straight from work. It's too routine. It's too predictable. It's boring. She didn't say what she wanted otherwise, meaning, whether he needed to spend time at the gym or with his boys or whatever. She just said he can't come straight home. And I didn't think too much into it then, but now it's like you're 40 and you still need, even after, because she also told me about relationships that she felt played in by the same kind of guy that she clearly wanted, but yet that's still the guy she wants for no other reason other than she doesn't want him to be predictable. And women say this all the time. And when you're the kind of guy who goes to work and comes straight home, which I can definitely relate to it because I actually love routine. That's just annoying to hear, and it makes you go, what the fuck do I have to do every day after work to pretend that I have something to do? So when you hear women go, you gotta, and they even admit that it's not good for them, but they still want it, they still like it, and there's no adjustment. It's just blindly following stupidity for stupidity's sake. Just because you get some form of, arousal from it, intrigue from it, or whatever, is when you think logically about it and you're a guy, you go, this is stupid. Why do I have to invent a whole nother new me that I have to keep up forever for the rest of my life? It's a price to pay for what? I have to change myself to get the same chick who's going to require me to be somebody else that she's interested in. You got to think about that. So when these people are telling guys you have to, make sure you're interested, make sure you ignore calls, make sure you text back, not too soon, make sure you don't do things that you like to do. Is my dating life, my love life, my sex, it's not Monopoly. It's not some board game that I want to play. It's a simple, this is me, this is what I like, this is what I have to offer. But no, it can't be that simple. We must make it complicated for a complicated sake. And if you are a rational person, that will drive you insane. It's almost like society is telling you that if you're just an average guy, you can't just live life, have a chick, and just be cool. You gotta constantly you gotta be on your heels to keep her on her heels. And if you don't want to play that game, you have to, what a lot of guys have said is, sit around until until you get basically second picks, which is, women in debt, women with, baby daddy drama and all this stuff. And you know, it, it's not desirable at that point. You're paying a price that's unjustifiable. Playing a game that's a lot of, you have to mentally put you and other people through shit, which is something I don't think people understand when they talk about this, quote unquote advice. Because, and here's the thing, when you try to mimic something else that isn't you, you're just a copy at that point, and a copy is never as good as the original. So you are immediately playing against, you're at a disadvantage just by default. Just like look at chicks with when they have weave or fake asses and makeup and all this stuff, when they're subpar, but they're trying to compete against the better looking women, they're just copies and they're not as good as the originals. And it's the same thing when you're a guy and you're trying to play the game and be the guy, the ideal guy that everybody talks about. And put it like this, I'm going to do this example and I'm going to cut it off. But imagine you teaching somebody to shoot, because I'm a ball player. You teach somebody to shoot the ball, right? You teach them all the mechanics, all the fundamentals, everything. And I think I used it before, I'm not sure, but whatever, I'm using anyway. Are they going to end up the next Steph Curry just because you taught them tricks, because you taught them mechanics, because you taught them a technique? It's not going to happen. You still have to actually have the skill that he was born with. His father played. Relate this the best way you can, and that's the thing. You're playing a game in which you are simply trying to be the best clone you can be. And when you realize that, you go your own way. If you disagree, if you got something to add, put it in the comment section. Hit the like so other people see it. I'm out.